the closest calls to global nuclear war in history. In October 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, a Soviet submarine off the coast of Cuba was surrounded by American ships. This sub was so deep underwater that it had no contact with anyone from the outside world. The US Navy started dropping harmless signaling charges into the water to let the sub know to come up to the surface. The captain of the submarine thought they were getting attacked and all-out war had broken out above. In retaliation, he ordered the launch of a 10-kiloton nuclear torpedo against the US fleet. For the record, the little boy nuke dropped on Hiroshima in Japan was 15 kilotons, so this torpedo was no joke. But protocol required all 3 officers in the sub to approve the missile in order to launch. 2 of the 3 approved it, but the third, this guy right here, Vasily Arkhipov, did not. Due to his call, they rose to the surface and surrender, only to realize that war hadn't broken out. If they had launched that nuke against the American fleet, the US would have retaliated equally and would have almost certainly escalated to all-out nuclear war. So this guy right here, low-key saved the entire world. In 1983, Soviet early warning systems detected 5 nuclear missiles coming at them from the United States. Protocol for this warning system during this time was to launch their own nukes in retaliation before they get hit, no questions asked. But the base commander, Stanislav Petrov, had a gut feeling about the alert. Some things seemed off, even though all technical readings were showing an attack. He full-blown violated protocol and did not launch Soviet nukes against the States, an action that would have normally got him terminated. Turns out, he was right. It was a malfunction in the early warning system that misdetected high-altitude satellites as nukes, and his gut feeling prevented World War III. In 1995, more Russian radar systems picked up the launch of an unexpected projectile heading their way. It had the exact same speed, shape, launch trajectory, and all the characteristics of a US Trident nuclear missile, so it's exactly what they assumed it was. Russian nuclear submarines were armed and put on high alert in preparation for a retaliation strike. Their president at the time, Boris Yeltsin, was handed the nuclear launch codes briefcase, which was activated for the first time and prepared to strike back at the flick of a button. They were 15 minutes away from getting hit, but something inside President Yeltsin told him to stand down as he and his military officials held their breath in anticipation. Turns out it was just a Norwegian research rocket that went up to study the northern lights. Norway even sent Russia an alert about the rocket well in advance, but they missed that notification. This made Boris Yeltsin the first world leader to activate the Russian nuclear briefcase, which is a real thing, also known as the Chega. If this scenario happened just a few years earlier during the Cold War when the Soviet Union was still in charge, it would have been a different story.